Hi there, Tad Arger from Marketing for Hippies, and here with a video about niching. This is an exercise I've been doing with clients a couple of times in the last few weeks around niching, helping them figure out their niche. It's a really quick, simple way to hone in on what might be some of the best niches to at least get started on, do some experiments with. And here's basically how it goes. So exercise, part one of the exercises, you need to just brainstorm so this is for, I'll frame it for service providers, but there could be another version of this for product makers. So for service providers, you think about what are the issues that I most like to help people with? What are the particular symptoms, problems, things that people come to me with, or things that they're craving, results that they're craving, yeah. But in the language I tend to use, what's island A, what's island B? You make a list of all the ones you can think of that you feel some competence in helping people with and that you feel some draw to help them with. And then you make a little XY axis like this. Okay, so if you could imagine on this axis, there's how much passion do you have about it. So it starts low and goes high. So here's 0, and here's a 10 out of 10 in passion. There, okay. And this, on the bottom, there's how specific is it. Again, starting from 0 and going to 10. And then what you get here is a bit of a quadrants. So, of course, in this quadrant, it's very specific, and you're passionate about it. In this one, it's specific, and you're not passionate about it. This one, not specific, not passionate. And of course, the last one is it is not specific, and you are passionate about it. Okay, so obviously the goal is this from a niching standpoint. You want it to be something that's very specific and something you're passionate about. So for example, if you say, well, I want to work with people who are stressed, I'm really passionate about that. You know, I'm a 10 out of 10 on passion. Great. You might be a 10 out of 10 on passion, but that's over here. Yeah, that's so vague. It's so broad. And then you might say, I want to help single dads recreate a positive relationship with their ex, who's also the parent of their child after the divorce. Well, that's very specific. You say, well, I've been doing that work, but I hate it. Okay, so we can say it's specific, but it's down here. Yeah? So this is very helpful because you don't want to have a niche that's really general and vague, trying to appeal to everybody. Or, you know, I help people going through transitions. That's really vague because there's lots of transitions in life. The transition of divorce, you know, so for example, I help people going through transitions. That's about here on the specific range. Okay, I help, people going through the transition of divorce. Okay, well, that's maybe up here in terms of specific. I help women going through divorce. I help women, I don't know, going through divorce from abusive relationships. Okay, that might be, you know, much more specific. So the more specific it is, the easier it's going to be to find hubs, the easier it's going to be to really articulate a point of view around it, the easier it's going to be to come up with offers. But if you're not passionate about it, so what? So what I'll have people do, and what I've had them do in the calls and the puttering sessions, is I just have them make the list, and then I have them literally take every single idea they have and plot them somewhere where it is. And people are usually able to do it pretty well. And then the very first step is basically anything that's down under the 50% line of passionate, we can just cross that off. I just don't, if people don't care enough about it, why try? The stuff that's up here, okay, you're passionate about it, but it's not specific. Then you might start want to dig in and say, okay, is there a narrower part of that I could take? Is there, okay, I like helping people with this issue and it's pretty with stress, but is there a particular type of stress you'd like to help people with, or particular people that you'd like to help with stress? And that can move it along the line to more specific, because the only things we want to deal with in niching are here, specific, and you're passionate about it. So that's, there's other graphs that you could do. I've also done it with how passionate are you and how competent are you on it. That's a good one. I think I've done a video already about that. But hopefully that's helpful. That can get you unstuck. If you've just been feeling like, oh man, I don't even know where to begin on my niche, this is a great way to get you unstuck. Now, if you're a product maker, it could be how specific is the product, a very particular product that you make, a particular style, as opposed to a generic kind of approach to something, and how passionate are you about it. But yeah, there's lots of other ways to look at this. This is just one. Hopefully it's helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to address them. Maybe there'd be another video in it, but I've just been using this, thought it might be helpful. Thanks.